in about a few minutes, I will show you an article that illustrates the very big mistakes that the UK immigration system has made by stopping Nigerians to bring in their dependents into the country as an international student. And at the end of this article, I want you to drop your comments and to like, subscribe to this channel, share this video.
Yes, a lot of Africans, especially Nigerians, come into the UK through the study route because it creates an avenue for them to bring in their dependents. Keep in mind that this venture does not come cheap. You have to plan, strategize, make commitments, and most importantly, put in a lot of money. This is an outright investment, and every investment must have its ROI. Averagely speaking, each student paid £16,000 for school fees. This could be lower or higher, depending on the school. How many of their citizens have that much in available cash? And if they do, how many of them are willing to spend it on education? So you put this much fund down as an investment. The perks to this particular investment was laid down by them, saying fast school approval rate, quick visa processing, eligibility to 2 years post-study visa, and provided you have the funds, you can bring in your dependents. If these are the perks, then Nigerians with dependents have done nothing wrong. To be fair, there should be plans laid down for people coming in through this study route, especially when they are done and they intend to stay in the UK. It turns out that even while you are a student or a dependent, you cannot get a good job. As a student, you should have the ability to get a good 20 hours a week job that is in line with what you are studying. But it turns out that the only place where you can easily get a job is either as a healthcare assistant or a cleaner or in the warehouse. Also, when you apply to volunteer so that you can gain more experience, you do not get a call back. So if working for free is a struggle and getting a good job is a bigger struggle, what can one do? But assisting to take care of their elderly people living with disabilities or challenges is almost all you can get at the snap of your finger. Do not get me wrong, there are real jobs. There are people out there that are more than happy to do them out of love or empathy. But most people are forced into it out of their wishes because they must survive in the foreign land and bills must be paid. For the dependent, it is easier for a thread to pass through the needle than for them to get a good job. They are either told that they do not have the UK education or they lack the UK working experience. Hence, they are forced to do care jobs or live with the rest of their funds they brought in from Nigeria. You can imagine how frustrating that can be. There are a lot of questions that must be asked. If you study in Europe, Canada, America, or Australia, and going into their system through the educational route, you are guaranteed a good job and a better opportunity, unlike the UK. This really seems like a money grab, whereby the system just wants to fill the void of its economy and not consider these people who brought these funds out of their own bleeding economy. These people are not asking for too much. Just guarantee the people coming in through the study route a better opportunity. For instance, I applied for a job and went through its different stages of interview. When I got to the final stage, I was told that I did well, but was later sent an email stating that I am culturally unfit. This tells you that there is a huge problem that is beyond the high amount of Nigerian dependents in the system. You made it so. It seemed like you were only interested in the funds provided, forgetting that something has to give. Anyone who is ready to part with that much funds is expecting something in return, and you do not have the right to tell them not to. Do you know that a lot of Nigerians using the study routes do so because of their kids? That is the reason why they stick their neck out to do things that are not befitting to them. Things that they would normally never do in the name of a job with the type of qualification they have. Their children are their main motivation. Hypothetically, not in an offensive way, if the UK will come out and say, okay guys, you know what, return our master's certificates and get back your funds in full, you would be surprised at the high amount of people that will be willing to trade back. Because this venture is now looking like it's a bad investment, as nothing has been created to favor it without losing an arm. Not only is it high price investment, it is a long one, which is excruciating along the way. I mean, Nigerians are in all parts of the world through the study route, and only the ones in the UK are faced with this kind of problems. It shows that there is a problem with the system that needs to be rectified or corrected. If dependence should be reduced because of its high volume and that they cannot cater for them, then be my guest. But do not make it look like Nigerian dependent came in freely, cheaply, or as a favor, or worse still, illegally, in contrary to the circulating videos of black illegal immigrants coming into the Europe through the ships.